are coming live here. Having some technical difficulties getting us on the radio station here. But so far, O'Donnell's up 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. Mason Bolton started off with a big double. Castro he got on as an E6 error as we have our second strikeout here for out number 2 as Jacob swings away, bringing Martin Baeza to the plate. For your lineup for your Eagles, Mason Bolton, Castro, followed by Garces, Porterfield, Boyd, Chavira, Baeza, Vela, and Zavela. Now is Martin at the plate with runners on second and third, 2 outs as the first one comes in high for ball 1. Trying to get everything set up and running here on our radio side, and usually it's the video that gives us problem. Martin will swing and foul this one down. Makes it a 1-1 count. Runners on second and third, 2-0. O'Donnell here in the top of the first. Already 3 big hits recorded, 1 error. You got Logan Porterfield with an RBI. Gage Garces driven one in. He sits on third base right now. On second is Porterfield as Baeza swings and misses here for 1-2. Payoff pitch coming up for the young man from Morton, Cade Lyon. The pitch goes high for ball.
Ball.
Swings on this one. And it'll foul it away to keep him alive here. Baeza got him looking right there for strike 3. So 3 strikeouts in a row for Lions. Leaves 2 stranded for the Eagles that take 7 out of 9 of their appearances at the plate. Up 2-0 off 3 hits, 1 error as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Up will be E.J. Rivas, Lane Lyon, and Brenton Boggs when we return right here on Screaming Eagle Radio. All right, so at the bottom of the second inning, or bottom of the first inning rather, the Eagles lead 2-0. E.J. Rivas, the third baseman, will lead off here for Morton. He'll be followed by Lane Lyon, then Brenton Boggs. Out in the field for your Screaming Eagles, you've got Mason Bolton is on the mound today. Gage Garza is behind the plate. Logan Porterfield at first. Raymond Castro at second. Cash Boyd at shortstop with Jacob Chavira at third. In left field is Ronaldo Zavala, Omar Vela in center field, and Martin Baeza in right field. Again, Bolton on the mound, getting the start for your Eagles. Starting off with the lefty here with Rivas. First pitch comes outside for ball 1.
Ball 1.
Eagles leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch swung on, popped up out towards center field. Vela, it's going to bounce in front of him for a base hit that puts Rivas on with the single to bring Lane Line to the plate.
Lane Line is your batter. Britton, you're on deck.
I'll check the runner at first, but he'll get back safely. This pitch swung on, fouled away. Make it a 1-0 count. Bolton turns and throws to first again, and Porterfield able to keep a low pass in front of him there. Coming in hot. Runner does get back safely. One count at the plate. Swung on this, popped up. That'll go over our head for a foul. That'll make it a 1-2 count. Got a runner at first base, no outs. Here in the bottom of the first inning, O'Donnell leading 2-0. There's the pitch, swung on, right back to Bolton, who handballs it. Tries to throw it over to Porterfield for the double play, but gets the out off of the line out for out number 1. Rivas stays at first as Britton Boggs comes to the plate.
Britton is your batter. Page, you're on deck.
So 1 out now, runner at first. There's another lefty for the Indians. The pitch swung on, and it's going to be a grounder that gets through out into right field. Runner's going to round second. Rivas heads to third, and that's where he'll be held up off the base hit by Britton Boggs. With 1 out, 2 will be on base on the corners for the Indians.
One out.
All right, so one out as this ball comes in outside for ball 1 to Cade Lyon. This is the pitcher for the Indians. Sorry for the late broadcast on the radio side of things. We were having some technical issues. Usually, like I said, it's with the video that we have our issues with. This time the radio is giving us problems. This one's going to be swung on. We are in the bottom of the first inning. Eagles up 2-0 as this goes out of play into foul territory to give Cade Lyon a 1-1 count. Just to get you guys caught up real quick, Mason Bolton was the leadoff batter for the Eagles. He doubled, was driven over to third by Castro, who reached on an E6 error. Then Gage Garces brought Bolton in for the first run. Porterfield had a huge single right there, stole second. He brought in Castro for the 2-0 lead. This pitch going to be swung on, and the little Texas leaguer that's going to find some grass out in the right field. Baeza keeps it in front of him, but 1 run will score for the Indians. Makes it 2-1 Eagles. We'll have runners at first and second now with 1 out. (2-1) Eagles lead here for the catcher Luis Yanez. Runners on first and second. Called strike. Yeah, 0-1 count for Giannis. Xavier Ramon, the right fielder, has a DH for him. Zeph Silvas, who's in the batter's circle. Kid looks like he's about 6'3", 6'4", standing over there. The 0-1 pitch swung on. A little chop hitter over to shortstop. It'll be scooped up, and a throw is not made by Cash Boyd. He wasn't going to try to force it, and that'll load up the bases with another base hit for the Indians. With one out, they have bases loaded. Eagles up 2-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Brings Zeph Silvas, the DH, to the plate. Bolton from the side goes too low for ball one. 1-0 count here for Silvas. And now, like I said, I do apologize getting that late start on the air. The second pitch swung and missed right there. Nice fastball from Mason. Makes it a 1-1 count. We want to thank our sponsors, Wiley Implement, Willem Gin, O'Donnell Oil and Butane, SST Wealth Management, Stevens and Telchik, Hoffman Heating and Air Conditioning, and West Tex Co-op Gin. A 1-1 count here. This one will be popped over our heads for a foul. Makes it 1-2. 1 out with bases loaded. Big thanks to, West Tex Co-op Gin, McCall's Gifts by Julie, Beehive Homes, Jones McCall Pharmacy out of Lamesa, FOD Bait Company, S&C Oil Company, Linden County Hospital District, Stock and Pedal Floral and Gifts. This pitch comes in, swung and missed on for strike 3, and that'll be the first strikeout for Mason for out number 2. Bases loaded here for the Indians, who trail your Eagles 2-1 in the bottom of the first. Thanks to Lamesa Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab, Premier Ford of Lamesa, South Plains Implement, and Two Buds Tires out of Big Spring. Here's Jaden Alvarado, the second baseman, number 7 in the lineup for the Indians. Runners all around with 2 outs. Curveball doesn't drop in time. It'll be ball 1. This curveball goes too low as he tries to do it again, and that makes it a 2-0 count. Pitch swung on, fouled away.
Foul ball.
Payoff pitch coming up here for Bolton. And it's in the dirt for ball 2.
3-1 is the count.
Or ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike for Alvarado. Three and 1 with 2 outs. Bases loaded. From the stretch, Bolton. See something he likes from Garces, and swung, hit hard out to left center field. Diving for it, missing out in center field is Vela. 1 will score, 2 scores for the Indians. And that'll leave runners on the corners to give the Indians a 3-2 lead over your Eagles here in the bottom of the first inning, with runners now on the corners. They were able to tag out the runner that was trying to get from second to third there, and to get a third and final out, however, as he was trying to get that extra base. So the third out comes there and leaves the Indians leading 3-2 over your Eagles as we head to the top of the second inning. And remind you that our lineup will be with Omar Vela, who's number 8 in the lineup, playing out in center field, followed by Ronaldo Zavella, who is in left field, and then Mason Bolton up at the top of the order when we return on Screaming Eagle Radio, presented by Texas Sports Broadcasting. there.
Ball one.
Test 1, 2. Back here on the video, I'm not sure if we're getting audio back to the station or not now.
Right.
Test 1, 2, check. Test 1, 2, 3. Omar Vela leading off here. In the top of the second inning. I'll foul this one away. Makes the count 2-2. Zavela in the on-deck circle. Eagles trail 3-2 here in the top of the first inning.
1-2 your count.
And then a swing and a miss there for out number 1. So that's 4 strikeouts in a row for Lyon out of Morton, bringing our number 9 hole hitter Ronaldo Zavala to the plate. Left fielder with 1 out here in the top of the second. Get a called strike on Zavala. Test 1, 2, check. Swing and a miss there for strike 2.
Strike 2.
This pitcher's starting to get in a pretty good little groove here from Morton. And a swing and a miss there for 5 straight strikeouts, this time for out number 2. Takes us back to the top of the order with Mason Bolton, who led off with a big double to start this game, scored the first run for the Eagles, but now sits up there with 2 outs. Be ball 1, just missing. Ball 2 here, 2-0 count.
Mason is your batter. Roman, you're on deck.
Oh, man. Swung, hit hard down the left field line. And this one is going to be out of here, folks. Bolton drowns one down the left field wall to tie us up at 3 apiece with the homer with 2 outs at that. A 2-out home run here in the top of the first inning takes the Eagles up 3-3 with Morton. Forgot the bat. So that'll bring Roman Castro to the plate.
Right.
Take a strike here. He reached on that E6 error last time. Was driven in by Porterfield for the second run. I'll watch this one come in high for ball 1. Or ball 2, I'm sorry. 2-0 count. Swings and misses there.
Strike 2.
Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. Fouls this one up and out of play. So a 2-2 count here for Castro with 2 outs and none on.
1-2 your count.
He'll foul this one back to the fence as well. This one will go behind Castro's head for a full count. 3-2 here.
2-2 your count.
2 outs. This one catches him looking over the outside edge for called strike 3. Out number 3, however, Mason Bolton knocks one clear out of the park in left field to tie up the Eagles at 3-all. Other than that, it was 3 straight strikeouts for Mr. Cade Lyon. Takes us to the bottom of the second inning, tied up at 3 apiece. Due up in the order will be the number 8-hole hitter A.J. Mendoza, followed by Montoya, then back up top to Rivas when we head to the bottom of the second inning. Tied up here in Morton. Back here for the bottom of the second inning, tied up at 3 apiece. Jaden Alvarado leading off for the Indians. Mason Bolton on the mound, delivering the pitch in the dirt. That'll make it 2-0. I'm sorry, this is A.J. Mendoza leading off. Two and 0. This one comes in low, but he'll swing, making it 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch low in the dirt for ball 3. Mason not able to get that one up in time. Make it 31. Number 9-hole hitter Montoya, the center fielder in the on-deck circle. Here comes a 3-1 pitch from Bolton. Inside, almost jammed him up, and that'll be ball 4 to walk the lead off here in the bottom of the second inning. Tied up at 3 apiece in Morton. Vincenta Montoya, the center fielder, puts E.J. Rivas on the on-deck circle, the young man who is top of the lineup for the Indians. They now have one on with no outs. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Strike 1.
Oh, 1 the count. Bolton delivers. Too far outside. Makes it a 1-1 count on Montoya. Swung, fouled away. It'll be out of play over our head for a 1-2 count.
Strike number 2.
Two, 1-2. It's outside.
Ball.
Or 2-2 count.
2 and 2's your count.
Swung on, fouled away.
Foul ball.
Staying alive here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first with no outs. Here in the bottom of the second inning, tied up at 3 apiece in Morton. This pitch can be a drop third strike that goes all the way to the wall over here and is going to allow
Batter safe at first.
to get to first and move Mendoza over to second.
E.J. Rivas is the batter lane. You're on deck.
Down as an E2 error to reach after a walk. Goes to the top of the order to E.J. Rivas.
One out.
No outs, runners at first and second. Still tied up at 3 apiece. You're in the bottom of the second inning. The pitch is high for ball 1.
Ball.
No pitch, swung and missed. Strike 1. 1 count on Rivas, who
Strike
singled
1.
the lead off for the Indians. He scored the first run of the game for Morton. Looking at a 1-1 count here. Comes inside to make ball 2.
Ball.
1 on Rivas. Lane Lyon in the on-deck circle for the Indians, tied up at 3 apiece. We are in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch. Swung and missed. Strike 2. 22 with runners on first and second and no outs.
2-2 count.
Pitch. Swung and missed for strike 3. And that'll be out number 1.
3 for out number 2.
Strikeout for Bolton brings Lane Lyon to the plate.
Lane Lyon is your
Runners
batter.
on first and second
Britton
and
Ball,
1 out.
you're on deck.
3-3 is our score.
2 out.
Bottom of the second inning. Just 1 out. Runners on first and second. Pitch. Oh, and that's going to hit him.
Hit by pitch.
Hit him first. And fill up the bases as Mendoza goes to third, Montoya to second.
Batter takes first. Britton Ball is the
Nothing
batter.
hurt so far.
You're on deck.
The Indians have reached on a walk and then a drop third strike error. And then Lyon gets hit by a pitch to bring Britton Boggs to the plate. He singled his last at bat and scored the second run for the Indians. They're tied up 3-3 here in the bottom of 2. The first pitch swung. It's going to get back through. Bolton goes to the ground. It gets through him over the second and out in the center field.
Britton safe at first.
That's going to be a base hit for Boggs. It's a base loaded for the Indians.
Cade is your batter.
Cade Lyon,
You're on deck.
4-3 lead.
2 out.
Just got 1 out. They got swing and a miss there.
Strike 1.
Second came in. They still got 3-3 on the board. So somebody got out. I think there was a tag out at some point. The middle field swung on right here. Gets jammed up over the shortstop. And that's going to be Boyd scooting it up to Castro for out number 3. So I missed out number 2 in there somewhere. Apologize for that, folks. Fielder's choice for out number 3. take us to the top of the third inning, tied up at 3 apiece. As none will score, 3 will be left stranded there for the Indians. We're at 3-3 as we go to our O'Donnell lineup with Garces, Park, Porterfield, and Boyd when we return here on Spring Game Radio. Makes it 6-5. Eagles on top as Lyon trades places with his brother to bring Yanez to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at second.
Yes, you're on deck.
A tying run at second for the Indians with 2 outs as Yanez comes to the plate. 2 for 2 today. Takes a called strike here. Pretty pitch there by Mason. The 0-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. Good stop by Garces. Makes it 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch. Swung on, popped up, out towards left field. Zavala settles under it for out number 3. So 2 runs will score to bring the Indians within 1. It's 6-5 Eagles as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Eagles on top by 1 run. Swing and a miss there. There's going to be getting a piece of it. And safe over at first. Martin Baeza with the base hit there. We'll bring Omar Vela to the plate.
Omar's your batter.
Have to take that scoreboard off for a second, see if that's what's causing the radio to mess up. They try to throw over to first. Baeza's going to get up and run after the bad throw. So an E1 allows him to steal second there. That may have been the issue, is the dadgum scoreboard thing that I'm using. Maybe? No. It's just not wanting to work with us today, is it?
Ball.
Deep ball one for Omar. Vela at the plate. And that one's going to hit him. So he'll be hit by a pitch to get to first. But runners on first and second with no outs. Here in the top of the fifth inning, Eagles leading by 1 run, 6-5.
Jeremiah will be your batter.
So up to the plate will be, it's going to be Jeremiah Williams batting for Zavala. Runner heads to third, sliding in safely as Baeza on the steal. And that double steal for the Eagles as Vela takes second. Takes away the force. And looked like a low ball here for a 1-0 count for Williams. Comes in missing for a ball. This one misses outside for ball 3.
Three and those are count.
And this one goes outside. Good eye right there by Williams. And he'll be walked to put runners all around the bags for the Eagles. Only one of them earned with Baeza's single. And we're back up to the top of the order with Mason Bolton, who is 3 of 3 with a single, a double, and a home run. He's got bases loaded this time with, they're showing one out on the board that I may have missed. But here's Bolton, takes one outside for ball 1. He'll foul this one back, make it a 1-1 count. Like there was an update as, of course, I'm setting up for my radio program. And I've not been able to get it going since, and I do apologize. This comes in as another ball on Bolton. 2-1 count. Pitch. Swung and missed. 22 now for Bolton.
Strike 2.
This one goes high for ball 3. A full count now for Mason.
Okay.
Runners all around the bag for Bolton. The pitch swung on, popped up out towards right center field. Ramon not able to get there in time. 2 runs are going to score for the Eagles. Headed to third base. The throw not in time. That's going to be a 2 RBI double for Bolton. Puts 8 on the board for the Eagles. Moves Williams over to third off the double by Mason to bring Castro to the plate. Makes it 8-5 now. Eagles on top here in the top of the 5th inning. So we're going to have a pitching change here, looks like, for Morton. Trying to see the number of this young man that's coming in to pitch, and they don't have very big numbers on the front of their jerseys. Every time he turns around, the catcher stands up and I can't see. About right. The way things are going today. It has been a tough one. I do apologize. Beautiful day out here for baseball, I'll tell you that.
Roman will be your batter.
All right, so pitcher warmed up here. No outs in the top of the 5th inning. 8-5, Eagles on top with 2 runners on. Second and third base for Castro, our second baseman, who is 1 of 2 with a strikeout. He did reach on an error. Takes a called strike here on the outside edge. A run scored for Ramon so far today. Raymond. Spell like Ramon, but I believe they call him Raymond. This outside gets behind on a pass ball. Here comes the runner trying to get home quickly. The throw, not in time. Safe at the plate is Williams. And that will make it 9-5. Eagles on top. The Morton coach going to come out and argue that one a little bit. That was driven in by a pass ball. A 1-1 count on Castro with no outs puts the runner for the Eagles at third with Bolton. Squeaker.
Logan is your batter.
So the run will count. Bolton will be over at third. 9-5. A 1-1 count here for Castro. Here comes the pitch. Catches the outside edge for a called strike. Makes it a 1-2 count for Raymond. Gage Garces in the on-deck circle. The runner at third base. It's Baeza running for Bolton. Here comes the pitch. Goes low for ball 2. 22 count. Comes a 2-2 pitch. Swung on, popped out to left field. He's going to find some green. Here comes Baeza to score another one. And that'll be an RBI single for Castro. That makes it 10 for the Eagles. 5 for Morton. No outs. Runner now at first base for O'Donnell. As Gage Garces comes up to the plate. Gage is 1 of 2. He also reached on an error, has a stolen base, but yet to score so far. Swings on the first one, fouls it back to us for strike 1. And our internet is, my internet is just run way too slow out here. Is a problem to run all of this. I'm afraid if I shut down anything, there goes the runner. And the throw will not be there in time. So that's a stolen base for Raymond Castro. Takes away the force with no outs. And I believe a 1-1 count here at the plate for Gage. With the steal. 10-5. Eagles on top here in the top of the 5th inning. First district game of the season for the Eagles. Here comes the pitch. It goes high and it's swung for missed. 1-2 count now. Oh, that was a high one. Gage popped up in the infield in the third. His last at bat reached on an E5 error, stole second, was tagged out.
1-2 count.
Getting over to third. Here comes a 1-2 pitch, swung on, hard hit grounder to third, scooped up. The throw to first is going to be in time for out. Number 2. So I did miss an out somewhere, didn't I? Means Jacob must have led off and gotten that first out while I was away from the computer trying to figure some stuff out. So 2 outs. Castro does move over their third as Porterfield comes to the plate. Porterfield flew out to right field his last at bat, but it was a sacrifice fly that gave him his second RBI of the day. Take ball 1 here, high in the strike zone. I don't believe they said he went all the way around on that. 2 outs, runner at third. Raymond Castro over there. This one too high. No, called strike. And that's going to be a 0-2 count. Castro's going to have to step up on the line here to protect. Payoff pitch coming up here for the Indians. And that's going to hit Castro, or hit Porterfield. Nope, it barely missed him. So a 2-2 count. It looked like it hit him right there. Or 1-2 count. My goodness. Can't keep up with the dadgum thing today, I'm sorry. Swing and a miss there for out number 3. So one will be left stranded. Had 2 total hits in that. 4 runs scored for the Eagles to take a 10-5 lead over Morton as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening and watching to Screaming Eagle Radio. We'll be back. First pitch from Mason came in a little outside. The ball one, and then this one fouled away. Gives us a strike one. So 1-1 count for the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the fifth for the Indians, which is Silvas, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 2 today. This goes in low for ball two, a 2-1 count. Got Alvarado on deck, followed by Mendoza for the Indians. 10-5 Eagle lead here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
2-1.
Bolton from the stretch goes low for ball three.
Ball three.
3-1 count now. There's Bolton out of the stretch. It goes high over the head, gets stopped by Garces, but that'll walk the leadoff for the Indians here in the bottom of the fifth and bring Javen Alvarado, who is 2 of 2 with 2 singles, but he was left on first both times. Runner at first. Bolton gets the call from Garces. He'll throw over to first, but the runner gets back before Porterfield can make a tag. Over there safely. This pitch comes in low for Bolton. Makes it a 1-0 count on Alvarado. The pitch. Runner goes, called strike. That'll be a stolen base. As we go to a 1-1 count here at the plate to Alvarado. It's Silvas taking second with the steal, taking away the force. With Mendoza in the on-deck circle, no outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Mason will check the runner at second, but doesn't make the throw. He'll hang on to it. This pitch in the dirt, good stop by Garces. Give us a 2-1 count for Jaden Alvarado. Called strike. Gives us a 2-2 count here at the plate.
Here
comes Bolton. Swung on, fouled away. Garces chases it down, but it goes over the back of the backstop. Out of play. Count remains 22. Runner at second with no outs in the bottom of the fifth inning. Eagles up 10-5 over Morton here in their first district matchup. Just 3 teams in district. These 2 here and then Borden County. That's where the Eagles will be next on Saturday. Here comes a 2-2 pitch again. Curveball swung on, and that grounder is going to punch through. Over, that's Cash Boyd going to make the throw to third and sliding in safely is Silvas.
AJ Mendoza's your batter.
That'll put runners on the corners now for the Indians with no outs. Yeah, Cash he had to make a heck of a play there to just stop that grounder. He was deep in his zone on the grass. And he had to go down to the ground just to scoop that one up, made the throw over to third. So runners now on the corners for Morton. No outs At the plate here is A.J. Mendoza. He was walked his last at bat and was the third out of the inning, I believe, last time in the 4th inning. Runners on the corners this time. The pitch called, strike.
Strike one.
Comes the 0-1 pitch from Bolton. Runner goes, swung on, fouled away. That'll bring our count to no balls and 2 strikes here on Mendoza.
0-2 is your count.
I was thinking about switching over to this hotspot, but I don't think it's going to be any better, to be honest, than my phone is giving us internet-wise. Comes the 0-2 pitch from Bolton. Caught him looking for strike 3. That'll be out number 1. The 3rd strikeout for May, or 4th strikeout for Mason. Brings Montoya, the center fielder, to the plate. Reached on an error his last at bat, but was tagged out all the way from center field when Omar Vela threw it over to Jacob at third to tag him out. Montoya reached on an error in the 2nd inning as well, where he was left stranded at third base. 1 out now. He'll swing on the first one here and foul it back for strike 1. Runners on the corners. The 0-1 pitch from Bolton out of the stretch. He'll look at first, keep his runners at bay, and take a step off the mound. 10-5 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 out. Runner goes to second. Ball here is, it'll be a stolen base. They'll let him go with Silva sitting over here at third. So runners now at 2nd and 3rd. A 1-1 count at the plate with 1 out. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Nope, looking at third. The tag not in time. Runner gets back safely. Here comes a 1-1 from, oh, nice swing and a miss there on a beautiful curveball from Bolton. Gives it a 1-2 count now on Montoya. That's the number 9 hole hitter. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch swung on. Chopper over towards short. Cash scoops it up, throws over to first, but not in time. That'll be an RBI single for Montoya. That'll bring Silvas in for the 6th run for the Indians here. Makes it 10-6 Eagles. 1 out with runners on the corners now. Bottom of the 5th inning, top of the order now with E.J. Rivas. He is 2 of 3 with a strikeout, 2 runs scored off of a single and a double. Here comes Bolton from the stretch. Called strike as the runner goes to second. Throw to third. Garces, but it's not going to be caught over there by Chavira. It goes out into left field, and the runner will score. And that'll be an E5 to score that run. It was a good throw, but I don't think Jacob was ready at third because Gage pump faked the throw to second as Montoya was stealing and threw down to third, and he had caught Silvas off the bag, but Jacob not able to haul it in as it goes out into left field, and now we've got a 10-7 ball game. Eagles on top with a runner at second and one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Swings at this one and fouls it back as Rivas. Be an 0-1 count.
Oh, and 2 the count.
Pitch goes outside.
Ball.
Goes off the tip of Gage's glove, but the runner will stay at second base. We'll have a 1-1 count. Back in the batter's box here, EJ. The 1-1 count. The pitch from Mason, too high for ball 2.
Ball.
2 balls, 1 strike. Bolton from the stretch, looks over his shoulder, delivers to Garces. Swung on, back gets through up the gut and out into center field for a base hit. They're going to keep the runner at third, putting him on the corners for the Indians with 1 out. It'll be a base hit for Rivas. Montoya makes it over to third to put him on the corners for Lane Lyon. He is 1 for 1, or 0 for 2, 1 for 2, I'm sorry, with a double run scored, and was left stranded after he was hit by a pitch. Now with just 1 out, runners on the corners here for the Indians, who trail your Eagles 10-7 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here comes the pitch from Mason. Runner goes to second, hit out towards left center field. Vela can't get there as it finds the grass. It bounces off his glove. 1 run will score. That'll make it 10-8. As Montoya is driven in by Lane Lyon's single that moves Rivas over to second, keeping 2 on the bags for the Indians. And there's going to be a discussion here on the mound for the Eagles. With just 1 out, runners now on first and second. It'll be Britton Boggs coming to the plate. And he is 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. He is grounded out to second base his last at bat. And he was actually 2 for 3. He singled and got out on a fielder's choice. Now there'll be 2 on the bags at first and second. A 10-8 Eagle lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just 1 out. So here's the lefty, Britton Boggs, to the plate. The pitch, high and outside for ball 1.
Ball 1.
Runners at first and second for Morton. 10-8 Eagle lead. I'll check the runner at second, but he'll get back safely. having trouble getting on the air on our radio, but I do thank y'all that tune in on the video broadcasts. Here comes the pitch from Mason. Swung on, and that's a line drive. Texas leaguer out in the right field. A good scoop up out there, however, by Baeza to get it in quickly to keep any Indians from scoring. But it will fill up the bags. Rivas at third. Lyon heads to second as Boggs singles there with one out. So that'll load up the bases. 10-8 is the Eagle lead here. However, Morton coming alive in the bottom of the fifth inning. This is their 8th at-bat plate appearance. Cade Lyon this time, who has a single, a double, a run scored, and he struck out once. The first pitch goes outside. Doesn't catch that corner that time for ball one. Pitch swung on, hit hard, and that's going to be right down the third base line. Here comes the tying run as it goes all the way into the corner, and we got a 10-10 ball game off a 2 RBI double by Cade Lyon. That is his second double of the afternoon. This time it drives in 2 runs to tie up the ball game and keeps 2 runners on the bags at second and third with just 1 out in the bottom of the 5th.
Your score is tied, 10-10.
A 10-10 ball game now. Swung on here, and this is going to go over to Cash, who makes the throw to third for the tag for out number 2, but 1 run will score and gives Morton the lead 11-10. Morton takes the lead 11-10 as Cash gets out the runner on a fielder's choice. 6-5 for out number 2, and we go through our batting order back to Luis Yanez, who started with a single in this inning. This time with 2 outs. They've got a runner on first, or on second is where he'll be. Should just be 1 runner out there now. I believe there is going to be a pitching change here for the Eagles. Looks like coming to take the mound over for Mason Bolton is going to be Martin Baeza, so he'll get warmed up right quick. Morton takes the lead 11-10, bottom of the 5th, 2 outs, 1 on. We're listening to Screaming Eagle Radio.
Martin will be your pitcher for the O'Donnell Eagles. Oh, I was into the game.
Got him at first.
I'm fixing it. Xavier Ramon will be your batter. Jaden, you're on deck.
All right, here we go. So Baeza takes the mound for the Eagles. With 2 outs, got a runner at first. Called strike here on Yanez. Yanez started this half inning with a single. 6 runs scored for the Indians. The 0-1 called strike off the fastball. Makes it an 0-2 count quickly here on Yanez. Yanez is 3 of 4. All singles, no runs. Here's the 0-2. Fast pitch. Got him looking for a called strike 3 for out number 3. And Baeza gets the Eagles out of that inning. However, the Morton Indians take the lead 11-10 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Due up for your Eagles will be Boyd, then Jacob after that, followed by Baeza right here on Screaming Eagle Radio. Test, 1, 2. Test, test. Check. 1, 2, check. Like it starts to work, and then it quits on me. Test, 1, 2.
Cash will be your batter. Jacob's on deck.
All right, here we go. Top of the 6th inning. Eagles trailing now, 11-10. Cash going to lead off. Here comes the first pitch. It goes low for ball 1. Cash was walked his last at bat, stole second where he was left stranded. Singled in the 3rd inning where he scored a run but struck out in the 1st, making him 1 for 2 with a walk as he'll take low ball 2 here, 2-0 count. Got Jacob Chaviera in the on-deck circle, followed by Martin Baeza. The pitch goes high, swings on it, however, to make it a 2-1 count on Cash. I thought he was going to let that one go.
2-1 for count.
Pitch called strike. Puts 22 on the board here on Cash to lead off here in the bottom or in the top of the 6th inning, trailing 11-10 to Morton. This pitch comes inside, but they say caught him looking on the inside edge for strike 3 for out number 1. Oh, that was pretty far inside there. Makes it a 1 out and brings Jacob Chaviera to the plate, the 3rd baseman here. Jacob has singled once today. He'll foul that one down, make it an 0-1 count. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Caught him looking inside, makes it 0-2. He's loving this inside corner here. 1 out for Chavira. Pitch, swung on, fouls it away to stay alive. This is Lane Lyon that's pitching now for, I think Lane and Cade just switched places when Lane came in on the mound. Cade went to shortstop. Now Lane's got an 0-2 count on Jacob, who's trying to stay alive. He's choked way up on that bat, towing the line for this 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Low for ball 3, or ball 2. No, ball 1, I think is what I got. Caught him looking there for strike 3 for out number 2. So 2 in a row that right there for Lane Lyon. Brings Baeza to the plate. This is Morton. Morton struck out in the first inning, but he doubled in the third, singled in the fifth, and scored a run after stealing a base. Was driven in by Mason Bolton. Swings here and fouls away for strike 1. The Eagles trail 11-10 here in the top of the 6th inning. Morton took the lead in the bottom of the 5th with, I believe it was 5 or 6 runs they scored there. This one goes high and fouls off Martin's bat as he tries to pull away. He doesn't get the bat out of the way in time, and now he's looking at an 0-2 count, a payoff pitch coming up here for Lyon. Here's the payoff in the dirt. Pass ball makes it a 1-2 count.
1-2 count. 2 out.
Still a payoff pitch situation for Lyon. Baeza steps up in the batter's box. The pitch low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the on-deck circle, you got Omar Vela. 2 outs. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Swung and missed. Drop third strike. They'll throw it on to first and get the out, number 3. 3 up, 3 down inning right there. Takes us to the bottom of the 6th. Your Eagles trail 11-10. Due up will be the number 6 hole hitter Silvas, then Alvarado and Mendoza for the Indians when we head back here. Bottom of the 6th, Indians up 11-10.
Jaden Alvarado will be your batter. AJ Mendoza, you're on deck.
right, so leading off here is going to be Silvas for the Indians. They're up 11-10. Swing and a miss here on the first pitch from Baeza. Makes it a 0-1 count. Baeza from the stretch. A little bit too high. Makes it ball one. 1-1 count. Eleven to 10, the Indians lead here. Swing and a miss. Brings us to 1-2 for Silvas. Shungman was walked his last at bat, stole second, and scored a run. He's 0 for 2 other than that with a strikeout. This one goes low and away for ball 2. Makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2.
Alvarado and Mendoza in the lineup behind Silvas with an 11-10 lead over your Eagles in the bottom of the 6th inning. Baez on the mound, delivers, swung, popped up. This can be out in towards center field and dropped out of the back of Vela's glove. Omar couldn't hold on to it. And that's going to be an E8 that puts Silva on first to lead off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Alvarado to the plate. He is 3 of 3, all singles with a run scored and a stolen base today. He was left stranded at first twice. A runner at first this time with no outs and a 1-run lead. The Eagles really have led this entire game for the most part. Other than early on, they had scored 2 to start this game. Morton came out and put 3 up, and then after the Eagles were able to tie that 3rd run in the 2nd inning, they really took off in the 3rd inning, putting up 2 runs scored, and then 1 in the 4th, and then the 5th inning was the big one for the Eagles with 4 total runs, but then it was 3 up, 3 down this last half inning. They'll throw down the first, check the runner, but not in time after a called strike on Alvarado to make it an 0-1 count. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 11-10, Morton on top. Pitch goes low. Makes it 1-1. Mendoza in the on-deck circle for the Indians. Here comes a 1-1. Too high, they'll check it first. Porterfield able to haul one in, but the runner gets back safely. I have a 2-1 count at the plate. And my internet just not fast enough to get the job done here in Morton, Texas. This pitch called strike. Makes it a 2-2 count on Jaden Alvarado. This one goes too far outside for ball 3 to fill up the count. Here comes the pitch. No, they'll check him at first. Silvas gets back safely. 6 runs scored by the Indians in that 5th inning. They went through 10 total at-bats to take the lead away from the Eagles. Swing and a miss here for strike 3, out number 1. The second strikeout for Baeza, bringing A.J. Mendoza to the plate. He was struck out by Bolton for the first out in that 5th inning. Mendoza is 0 for 1 with a walk. Runner at first with 1 out. I'll check the runner who gets back safely. 11-10 lead for Morton. Bottom of the 6th inning. The Eagles are back in action on Saturday against Morton County. I believe that's a home game for O'Donnell at noon. Here's the pitch. Swung, fouled back. That'll be a 0-1 count. begging for my internet and stuff to work, and it's just not. It's just slow.
Ball.
This pitch comes in high for ball 1. We have Vicente Montoya in the on-deck circle, the center fielder for the Indians. He's the number 9 hole hitter in the lineup. The 1-1 pitch swung on, fouled down the first base line. It'll make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch from Morton. Out of the stretch, in the dirt, makes it a 2-2 count.
Two and two.
Baeza gets the call from Garces, delivers the 2-2. Oh, just missed. I think a little low on that one to fill up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Teaser count.
Full count here, 1 out, runner at first base. 11-10 lead for Morton here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Baeza with a full count against Mendoza. Caught him looking over the outside edge for a called strike 3, out number 2. That's 2 in a row for Baeza, bringing the number 9 hole hitter Montoya, the center fielder, to the plate. He is 1 for 1. He's reached twice on errors, so he's gotten to the bag 3 out of 3 appearances to the plate. 1 stolen base and 1 run scored off of his single.
2 out.
Runner at first with 2 outs now. Runner goes. Garces makes the throw. Almost got it there, but a stolen base for Silvas takes away the force, and we got a 1-0 count at the plate as that pitch was low in the dirt. 11-10 Morton leading in this one. Bottom of the 6th inning, runner at second base, 2 outs, 1-0 count here on Montoya. The pitch goes outside, making it 2-0 from Baeza. Runner is at second after the stolen base. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and that catches him near the knees there for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs. 11-10 Morton, runner at second.